Hello everybody, my name is Dylan Taylor, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the more potentially overlooked social problems that is particularly plaguing our youth today. That'd be the one that's childhood obesity. I can relate to this myself. 15 years old, I was a freshman in high school, and I was just very unhappy with my weight at the time. I was 300 pounds. My height was 5'7". I mean, today, compared with that, I'm 200 pounds and 6'2". But I remember I had risks of high blood pressure and diabetes, and one day before my school started, I just had a nervous breakdown. I knew that something had to be done. And hopefully I look back at it today, and I'm so glad that I made the decisions that I did. With this being said, I believe that childhood obesity is a serious problem affecting our youth today. It must be corrected in order to ensure the future health and positive self-image, also self-esteem of our children. The statistics pretty much tell the story here. According to the WHO, or the World Health Organization, at least 20 million children under the age of 5 were overweight or obese in the year 2005. 10 years later, in 2015, it is projected that around 700 million adults in general will be obese, with many of them children. It has also been looked at that children who watch more than 4 hours of television a day have the tendencies to make poorer food choices and also participate in less physical activity. Alright, today, concerning obesity, I want to talk about the causes of obesity, effects of obesity, how decreased exercise programs and physical education in schools leads to the crisis, and also what should be done, the methodology needed to decrease the severity of this issue. Overall, I just believe this problem is significant, realistic to discuss, primarily because of my own obesity story. Today's society, fast food is cheap, inexpensive, it tastes good, but its risks outweigh its rewards. I just want to prove that through healthier options on fast food menus, school-implemented physical education classes, even government regulations on food quality and extended nutritional information available to children, I hope that the epidemic of childhood obesity would be able to diminish in size. Alright, let's get started now. My first arguments are obesity at an early age can lead to a variety of health ailments later on in life. This is extremely true. Such as increased blood pressure, also called hypertension, sleep apnea or trouble breathing during sleep, coronary artery disease, just another name for heart disease, resulting just from clogged arteries from excessive intakes of fats, sugars, and salts from fast food items. Also type 2 diabetes. My second argument is that fast foods and meals, snacks, drinks offered at public schools also pose a similar threat due to their often poor nutritional contents. Many fast food restaurants are actually situated around school campuses, making many children very vulnerable to buying their products. Fast foods also contain ingredients such as trans-saturated fats, saturated fats, vegetable oils, MSG, which is more technically called monosodium glutamate, and high fructose corn syrup. Also, most fast food meals are exceptionally high in fats, salt, sugars, calories, and starches, and exceptionally low in fiber and nutrients, making children hungry for more due to the lack of essential nutrients such as vitamins A and C. Also, fast food advertising, we all know that. See colorful Ronald McDonald on television, but he's actually desensitizing children more than anything else. Also, schools, they derive generous and lucrative revenue from soft drink sales, which are called pouring rights. More than 80% of high schools sell sugar and salty vending machine snacks such as cookies, crackers, potato chips, and pastries, which is a very large percentage indeed. Alright, my third argument is that the rates of exercise and physical education programs, as well as physical fitness in general, has declined in popularity and usage, which is true. Especially children living in urban areas, they refrain from walking to school, given that, car transportation, bus transportation is so much popular. Another big problem is that physical education classes are being turned away by schools to make room for more educational curriculum, such as math, English, sciences. But to say this, in 2003, only 29% of schools nationwide reported mandatory physical education classes for their students, which means that 71% of schools didn't have physical education programs and geared it more towards education. I mean, it's good to have a good rigidity towards, a good foundation towards education, but you gotta have it balanced for physical education too. It's just a necessity. You have to have it. Alright. My plan in detail. In order to alleviate the issues of childhood obesity, many things could be done. That's for sure. You can improve school nutrition through education, extended time for recess, swapping out junky school foods and vending machines such as cookies or candies for more healthy alternatives such as maybe pretzels, fig Newtons, or granola bars. You could form basic educational classes in order for students to appreciate the importance of a healthy lifestyle. You could also encourage physical education through extended recess times and lunchtime periods, as well as getting the government to possibly allocate more funds to schools nationwide to help pay for expenses. Also, regulations on fast foods, exorbitant in calories, sugars, and fats could be placed as well, on a heavy emphasis. Alright, now one of the major objections to this is that the government doesn't want to spend the money on this, but let me tell you this. The federal government spends too much money on silly childish things, such as campaigns every 4 years, such as this year for Election Day. Also, beautification gets overkilled a lot, and a lot of money has to go for construction, but it really doesn't. You know, our cities are good enough to begin with, and it's just too much overkill in my opinion. Alright. I spoke to you guys today about the detrimental aspects of childhood obesity and how it could be turned into a less severe issue with some intervention. You should just remember my story of weight struggles, the serious health problems regarding childhood obesity, and fast food icons that desensitize the minds of young children into buying these often grotesque and putrid foods. In order to solve this problem, we as Americans, as well as the individuals of other foreign countries, have to take action, do anything to benefit the cause. More home cooking, attending family exercise classes, doing yoga, family game nights, family nights outside, do anything. Under the First Amendment, after all, Americans have freedom of speech. We can speak out. We can do this. Alright, overall, think about the futures of your sons and your daughters as they turn 14 like I did and later on in life. You know, would they like to enjoy a healthy lifestyle or a lifestyle of having high blood pressure, heart disease, and everything? Please accept my plans and suggestions for ending childhood obesity and safeguarding the health of our children. Remember, your voice is very important to everybody, and me as well. Once again, thank you very much for allowing me to speak on your behalf this evening. I thoroughly appreciated your time to express my views over this topic of high interest and speculation. I hope that you thoroughly enjoyed my presentation. It was a pleasure to be with you guys. Thank you.